Hi everyone, this is Leah from Palm and Grace, and in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to create this master content ideas list from scratch. This is my actual content ideas list that I use for my own business, and I'm going to show you how you can create this exact list and customize it for your needs in Google Sheets. This list is actually part one of my content planning process. Once I've added in content ideas, I will often then go over to my full content calendar. Here is the example version, and add in my different content for each week and then check them off once done. If you want to grab this exact content calendar template, I'll be sure to leave a link in the description box below so you can grab a copy. So without further ado, let's get started on building this master content ideas list. All right, so I've opened up a brand new Google Sheets document, and now I'm going to begin by setting up the format and the layout of the spreadsheet. One of the very first things I do almost every time I start a new spreadsheet is I click this box in the upper left-hand corner here, and I change the font of the spreadsheet. So for me, I love to use the Montserrat font, so I'm going to select that one right here. Next, I'm going to go ahead and set up the header row for the entire table. For this, I'm going to select row 7 and right-click and then select resize row, and I'm going to change it to 30 pixels. With the row still selected, I'm going to change the alignment to a center alignment, and I'm also going to change the vertical alignment to the middle. The next thing I'm going to do is start adding in my table headers. So in cell B7, which is the second cell in this row, I'm going to use caps lock to make all my text in capital letters and add in the following headers. First is going to be done, then idea, then type, then niche/product, then season, and then notes. Next, I'm going to change the size of each of these rows to the width that I want them by changing the column width. And as you can see here, I'm selecting multiple columns at once so that they have the same size when I change them. Next, I'm going to select just the header cells and change the format of them. To do this, I'm going to change the fill color to black, the text color to white. I'm going to make the text bolded, and then I'm going to change the font size to 9, just like this. Now that I have all the columns that I need, I'm going to select all the columns that I don't need by selecting one column and then on my keyboard, selecting Command, or if you're not on a Mac, Control, Shift, and the right arrow. And now all the columns to the right of that will be selected, and then right-click and select Delete Columns. Now the spreadsheet will be just confined to this area and it will prevent any unnecessary scrolling to the right. Next, I'm going to add in borders to my table. To do this, I'm going to select the number of cells that I want. Let's just go to row 108 to have about 100 rows, and select the cells up to the header row. Now I'm going to click the Borders button and make sure that I have a black border type selected and also this top line selected. And I'm going to add a solid outer border to this entire table. So once I click that button, you can see that there is now a black border surrounding all the cells that I selected only on the outer border. I'm going to go ahead and reselect all the inner cells and scroll down to my border. And now I'm going to add a dotted inner border. To do this, I'm going to select the Borders button again, except now for the border type, I'm going to select this dotted option right here. Once I've selected that, I'm now going to click the button for all of the inner borders. And as you can see, once I click that button, these dotted inner borders appear. Now that we have our rows for the table, I'm going to do the same thing as before and select a row, and on my keyboard, click Command or Control, Shift, and the down arrow, and then right-click and select Delete Rows to delete all the extra unnecessary rows. One of my other favorite parts of creating a spreadsheet is removing all the unnecessary grid lines. This helps to streamline the design and make it much cleaner. To do this, in this spreadsheet, I'm going to go to View, Show, and uncheck the grid lines option. And as you can see, once I do that, all the grid lines on the outside borders that we did not add a border to now disappear. The very last thing that I want to do to set up for the format of the table is add in a text wrap and a middle vertical alignment. Essentially, what a text wrap does is it wraps any cells like this so that they don't bleed into the other columns or get cut off. This way you can see all the text in each cell. A middle vertical alignment would make sure that the text remains in the center of the cell rather than floating to the bottom. I personally prefer this because I think it has a cleaner look. And you can see that middle alignment here versus the default alignment, which would go to the bottom. To add this format in for the entire table, I'm going to select all the cells once again. And then for the text wrap, I'm going to select this text wrapping button and select the middle option, which is the wrap. And then for the middle vertical alignment, I'm going to select the vertical align button and select the middle option again. And now this formatting should be applied to your table. And here you can see it is. Now that we've formatted the spreadsheet and the table from the outside, now we're going to work on the inside of the table. The very first thing I want to do is add a checkbox into this done column here. To do that, I'm going to select all the cells in this column and then go to insert and then checkbox. By default, the checkboxes will be in the center, which is exactly what I want. But now I'm going to change the size of these checkboxes to be a little bit smaller. Let's change them to a font size of 9. But if you want to keep them at a font size of 10 or even make them bigger, you can absolutely do that. Then I'm also going to change the checkbox color to black by changing the text color. Now it may say that the black is already selected, but if you click it again, you'll see that the checkbox color will change here. And now you've got fully functional checkboxes in your table. The next column that I'm going to customize is the type column. In this column, we're going to add in our multiple drop-down options so you can select the type of content that this idea would work for. To do this, I'm going to select the cells in this column, and then I'm going to go to Insert and Drop-down. Now here you can add in whatever drop-down options you want to add. This will be completely unique to you and your content strategy and the type of content you create. For my spreadsheet business, here you can see the type of content that I have added in for my own version of this spreadsheet. So that's what I'll just add into this version too. Go ahead and add in all your different options. Once you're done, you can also go ahead and customize it by adding in different colors. For me, I'm just adding in these colors that appear here, but if you'd like to customize the colors to shades that you don't see there, you can click the Customize button and then change the colors by dragging these color options down here. Once you've added in your options, which you can also add to later on if you decide that you want to add more, and customize the colors to your liking, you can now select Allow Multiple Selections. This will allow you to select multiple drop-down options at once if you would like to. This can be really helpful if you have a content idea that could work for different types of content. For example, you might have an idea that would work as a short-form video, or that would work for a long-form video, or it might work for a short-form video as well as a carousel. And you can see in my own spreadsheet, I do this a lot with my different content ideas. After that, you're going to select Done, and your drop-down options should be added in and functional. Next, we are going to go ahead and customize the niche/product column. We're going to do the same thing by selecting all the cells in this column and then going to Insert Dropdown so that we can add in our multiple drop-down options. In my own version of the spreadsheet, I add in some of my different products that I sell, as well as the different areas or niches that I like to create content for. So as you can see, I have a lot of different options for specific spreadsheets that I want to create content to promote, but I also have some other options like spreadsheet education, personal or behind the scenes, plan ideas and trends, and series. So in your spreadsheet, you can create dropdowns to completely fit your needs and your content strategy. I'll just add in a few options from my previous list. And then, of course, you can go ahead and customize the colors as well. Again, once you're finished adding in your options, select the Allow Multiple Selections button and then click Done. And now these drop-down options should be added in as well. If you ever need to change the sizing of any of your columns to make sure that you have enough space, you can absolutely go ahead and do that. And for our last area of drop-downs, we are going to do the season column. To do this, again, select the cells and go to Insert Dropdown. And here you can add in any different seasons that you want to assign to different content ideas. For example, I have a Christmas season in my list here so that I know which ideas to create around the Christmas season, as well as New Year's, which is a really popular time for promoting my spreadsheet. And then I've added in the other seasons as well. However, again, you can completely customize this to fit your needs. So here are some examples that I've added in, and now I'm going to select Allow Multiple Selections again, and then click Done, and my dropdowns should be added in. All right, I've gone ahead and added in some example content ideas to the table so that we can now add in one of my other favorite features in Google Sheets, which is conditional formatting. And this will allow for any content idea that is checked off for the text to become italicized, crossed off, and a bit lighter. And this is a very simple way to add a bit of functionality to your spreadsheets so you can more easily see which content ideas are not done and which ones are done. Here's how to add it. To add in the conditional formatting, we are going to go ahead and select all the cells in the table. And it's important that you have excluded the headers. So we're starting with this very first cell with the checkbox here. Once you've selected all the cells, you're going to go to Format and then Conditional Formatting. This sidebar panel should then pop up here. Next, under the Format Cells If, we're going to select the dropdown and scroll to the bottom and select Custom Formula Is. Then in the Value or Formula box, we're going to add in a custom formula. To begin, we're going to type the equal sign, and then I'm going to add in a $sign and the reference to the very first cell with a checkbox. So if you've set up your table exactly like I have, then this might be cell B8 for you. But if you haven't, then you can just click this cell here and see the reference up in this upper left-hand corner. After the $sign, I'm then going to type in B8 and then another equal sign and then true, just like this. To check that it's working, when you check off checkboxes, that entire row should format like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and change the formatting style. You could choose to add in a fill color, but for now, I'm just going to remove that from mine. Then I'm going to italicize the text, cross it off like this, and make the font color a bit lighter like this. If you would like the checkbox colors to remain black, which is how it's set up in my content calendar over here, you can easily change the range to start in column C instead of column B, just like this, and then click Enter, and the checkbox color will be back to black. And now, as you can see, the formatting is applied. I'm then going to click Done to lock it in. We are almost done with this content ideas list, but there are two last things I want to do. The first is I want to add in a filter to the table. This will help you to sort and filter content ideas that are done and to sort in ascending or descending order. To do this, I'm going to select all the cells in the table, including the headers, and then I'm going to select the Create a Filter button at the top. Once I do this, this green sidebar will appear where the filter is applied, and you can now click these three lines in any of the header cells like this to sort and filter the data. So here I'm filtering to see all but completed ideas, and here I could sort to view any combination of content ideas like this, or you could sort in A to Z order, truly whatever you want. The very last thing that I want to add in is the header in the tab. To do this, I'm going to select these cells right here in columns B to C in rows 3 to 5 and click the Merge Cells button up here. Next, I'm going to type in content ideas for my title, and to format it a little bit better, I'm going to change the font to Georgia. I'm going to change the font size to 19, and I'm going to change the vertical alignment to the middle, just like this. And that is it for how to create a functional master content ideas list in Google Sheets. Remember that if you'd like to grab a copy of my full content calendar, which looks like this, and has a tab for each of the 12 months, as well as more space to plan out your content through these expandable and collapsible sidebars, I'll leave a link to this content calendar in the description box below. If you have any questions at all regarding how to create this spreadsheet or you run into any troubles, comment them below and I'll try my best to help you out. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more Google Sheets, tutorials, tips, and templates. Thanks for watching.